Hi everybody, you have made it successfully, hopefully, to week 3. Congratulations. So, now that you've gotten your feet wet a little bit with Photoshop, we're really moving on to the thing that Photoshop does the best. And, hint, it's in the title of the software. It's not shop, it's photo. Photoshop does a great job with photos. Now, Lightbox is a new piece of software from Adobe that does an excellent job with photos too, but it doesn't have all the capability that Photoshop has in terms of creating and designing around images. If you were just working with images, you might use Lightbox, but Photoshop is really a complete package that does a lot more. Later, when we look at Illustrator, we'll talk about how those programs are different. But for now, Photoshop does a great job of working with photos. And this week, you have a choice of design exercises you can do. You can do one or the other, and it's really a way of working on some of those tools. Now, working with photographs can be really frustrating because, unlike working with your collages, there was a certain amount of imagination that you could use and creativity, and there's imagination and creativity in these photos also, but you're really looking for like a truthiness in them to create something that seems real. So that's a little bit of a different thing, and sometimes it's frustrating, but that's okay. We're going to work together to figure it out. Don't feel that you have to absolutely have every single detail of everything worked out in these lessons, and some people have emailed like getting stuck. If you get stuck with something, do your best to figure it out. We can work it out together, but if you can't get it, move on to the next one. We are not going to become experts in every single menu and pull down and button that happens in Photoshop. It's just not possible. And it's not a wise idea, and here's why. When I first started working with Photoshop, it was Photoshop 2.0. I missed one. I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it. And I came on board with Photoshop 2.0. It changes all the time. The menus, the buttons, the things that you press, they always change. I promise you they will change. But what doesn't change is the concept of how things work. What layers are, the idea of working with color, how you design color. All of these ideas have always been a part of the software, and I imagine will continue to be a part of the software for a long time. Does software go through major overhauls? Absolutely. It happened with Final Cut, and I had to relearn the whole thing. It sucked. It happened with a program that no longer exists that I used to love called Premiere. But for the most part, these things stay the same, and conceptually, even the idea of layers and masks and these things run across many different programs. So what you're really trying to do is get to the core concept of that. It takes me a week or so to get through all of your material that you've posted and comment on it, but I will do that and have it done by next Monday. If you have any questions about anything that's happening this week, send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. See you online.